Hi, everybody. Welcome to another sunny edition of Tie Talks. We are recording this right after the Penn State Wisconsin game. We are very excited of the outcome. That was a truly awesome game. And I'm joined this month by Amanda Howett. Amanda is our athletic director at the campus. She's been an extremely bright spot in a position of inconsistency. And she's been fantastic from the start, and we're looking forward to hearing her story. Amanda, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ty. How are you?
I'm great. Amanda, to all our viewers, Amanda walked past my office today and I was screaming at my computer. So we had to have a chat about that. But
I'm from a little town called Sagertown, Pennsylvania. It's close to Meadville, if you know where that is. So not too far from here. And I grew up playing sports like, most other children. And I ended up getting hurt my junior year of high school. So that's kind of what pushed me into the business side of sports. I wanted to stay involved, but wasn't sure kind of what route I wanted to take. So that led me to Slippery Rock University, where I majored in sport management and minored in communications.
Okay.
While I was there, I worked for our athletic communications department. So essentially I attended all of our home games, did a lot of stats, recording, live streaming, that type of thing. And I did a full-time internship with Allegheny College in their operations department. So that was a lot of fun. I gained a lot of experience at the NCAA D3 level, which was awesome. And again, being so close to my hometown was always a good thing as well. So moving on from there, I decided to get my master's degree. So that led me to West Virginia University, where I was a graduate assistant for Mountaineer Athletic Hospitality. So essentially we did all of the hospitality spaces for football game days. So that included, we had 76 field boxes. We had 2 full-size clubs. And I think we also had 33 suites. So myself and my director were in charge of all of that. We had a staff of 80 workers for game days. And then we also assisted the Mountaineer Athletic Club, which is the specific fundraising piece for athletics at West Virginia, with a lot of events and things like that. So during my last semester of grad school, the pandemic hit. So everything kind of went online, and I was stuck in the middle of Morristown, West Virginia with nothing else to do.
Hey,
my graduate
not a bad place to be. Not a bad place
No,
to be.
truly it wasn't. But I was a little isolated from my family, and my graduate assistantship ended at the end of March. So April and May, I was kind of left with not much else to do other than finish up the remainder of my schoolwork. So I felt a little bit lost during that time. So my boyfriend and I made the decision to move back to Pennsylvania. So we settled back in Slippery Rock, where I actually attended there in fall of 2020 for my doctorate degree. So I decided that was something I wanted to pursue. So I went back there for that. And my boyfriend was continuing his bachelor's degree at Slippery Rock. So in the middle of November, I got an email from one of my professors at Slippery Rock in the sport management department. Shout out to Dr. Crow. He sent me the email with all of the job postings in the area, specifically with this one, and the job description, encouraged me to apply. I thought he was crazy. It's like, I can't be an athletic director. What are you talking about? So I ended up applying for the job, and obviously the rest is history. I'm here. I've been here since January now. And we've done some really exciting things, and I'm really excited to kind of see where else we go in the future.
Yeah. For our viewers, I'm from about 25 minutes north of Morgantown, West Virginia. So I know exactly where Amanda's talking about.
Well, I know 8 months doesn't seem like a long time, but like I said, a lot of exciting things have happened here since January. I think the most exciting thing is definitely the community support that we had that surrounded the success of our fundraising for our golf program. So the first thing that I was told, entering this position was, hey, we want to add sports. You got to help us grow, develop, maintain, sustain, all of that fun stuff. So my first thought was to golf. There's so many golf courses within this area. We actually used to have a golf team here back in like 2008, which saw a little bit of success. It wasn't housed under athletics, obviously, since we didn't have an athletic department, but now we have the resources to be able to provide those for our student athletes. And it was just incredible. Obviously you and I worked together very closely on that project, and we were both overwhelmed with this amount of support that the community was able to provide us through whether that be financial donations or just stopping in to say, hey, like, this is awesome, let me help you spread the word type of thing. So that was amazing to see, and I'm so excited to see what else we bring, not only for golf but for future sports here as well. One like overall piece of advice is, as a college student, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. And that is totally okay. Whether you forgot to turn in a piece of homework, or you're in your senior year and you decide that you want to change your major, this is the time to do that stuff. This is the time to make those mistakes and learn those lessons. The world isn't going to stop turning because you forgot to turn in a piece of homework, or maybe you didn't do so well in a class. You can always retake it, or you can take it somewhere else and get that credit, So this is the time that you should be making those mistakes and learning from them and growing as a person, so that when you do graduate from here, you don't make those mistakes again, and you know where you're going, and you have that path ahead of you. We were thankful to start our volleyball season up again this year. We are back and ready for Shenango athletics. Our volleyball team did play their first match last week against Carlo. Was a great first non-conference match. We did end up losing straight 3 sets, but we did have a really good battle. If you look at the box score, we did come back there in the second and third set. So I'm extremely proud of our volleyball players. It's been almost 2 years since they've participated in any type of competition. So I was extremely happy with what we saw. Other things happening with athletics, a lot of hiring happening right now, which is super exciting. We did make a formal offer to 2 gentlemen for our assistant men's coaching positions, as well as a woman for our assistant women's basketball coaching position. So we've made offers. We're waiting to hear back. So we're extremely excited about that. We've also made an offer to somebody for our sports information director, and he has accepted. So I'm happy to announce that is Darren Steele. We're still waiting on his paperwork to kind of come through, but he is a great member of our alumni society. So we're super excited to have him on board. He's already been super excited and consistent with stories and all of that fun stuff. So I'm excited to see where that position leads. And then obviously our most exciting piece is golf right now. So with that money in place, we are hiring a coach. I have made a formal offer to somebody. I'm just waiting to hear back. I do have all the hope in the world that he will accept. It's just in terms of waiting on that phone call. So I'm extremely excited about where that direction is taking us. And Ty, of course, we did start raising money for our next sport, which I'm super excited to talk to you about today as well.
Yeah. It's been crazy. It honestly has, with Coach Johnson 1 and Coach Johnson 2 getting hired. It's awesome, but yeah, I know Bruce and Dan, they've hit the ground running, and they've just recruited the area, and it's pretty awesome to see. So, and then
actually one more thing I also forgot to mention was the contract for our athletic trainer. So something that we didn't have here in the past at Shenango was a full-time athletic trainer. And we have been blessed to welcome Zoe Kratzer as our full-time AT here on campus. She is contracted through NovaCare Rehabilitation Services. So technically she works for them, and she's our contract, but she is on campus 40 hours a week. She'll be at every single home practice. She'll be at every single home game. She'll be available for therapy for any student athletes that need it, pre and post game, pre and post practice. She'll also travel to some of our away games, and she will definitely be at all of our playoff games as well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She is.
So touching back on golf, to let some of the viewers know, we raised $13,000 in about a week through the Community Foundation's Giving Week program. We had 28 donors, and it was a unwhelmingly awesome support. Thank you to anyone watching who donated. It's truly awesome. So can you tell us when it starts? The co-ed piece to it also?
Yeah, absolutely. So our first thought was to make this a co-ed team rather than just specifically either a men's or a women's team. Genuinely because we just don't know what type of athletes we will have kind of going from here and starting up this new program. So we went with the co-ed piece. If we do consistently get those men's numbers and those women's numbers, I would love to make those two separate teams. But for now, that's the direction we are taking. They will take the course in fall of 2022. So this time next year, we will be participating in invitationals. Our first year, we will not be affiliated with any type of conference. So for those of you who don't know, we are associated with the Penn State University Athletic Conference. So we play all of our other Penn State campuses, Penn State Fayette, Beaver, Du Bois, Hazleton, Brandywine, all of those amazing campuses across the state. And unfortunately, we just didn't meet the timeline requirements for that. However, it doesn't affect anything that we do. We're still participating against our Penn State campuses. We just are only eligible for USCAA tournaments rather than PSUAC. So not too much of a big deal the first year, but the second year, fall of 2023, we will definitely be affiliated with PSUAC and USCAA, and hopefully get to the championship in State College this year or next year.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's everybody knows the Shenango Valley is known for golf, and it just kind of made sense. So I'm excited.
Me too. I can't wait to see what this brings us. I'm looking for us to maintain, sustain, and be stable. That was the as you mentioned before, a little inconsistency in this position specifically. I still plan to be here in 3 years and to build growth and also to maintain the sports that we already do have. Of course, I would like to say that we're PSUAC champions and USCA champions. That's definitely something that I would love to look forward to, but essentially we need to address the issues that we have here on campus now, and retain those students. That's the number one thing, right? We want to offer all of these opportunities for students to either stay in the Valley or come to the Valley. Well, we need to get them to stay here. There's not really a point in adding sports if we have turnover every single year and we have to essentially recruit an entirely new team. It's a little impossible to do with part-time coaches as well. So essentially just to maintain those resources and grow and develop and sustain what we already do have. Like I said, with the co-ed golf coming up and then baseball right after that, I have a feeling that shortly after baseball will come softball. Typically with one, there's the other. So, and I'm maybe a little bit biased since I was a softball player growing up, but I'd be, again, just really excited to see what we can bring there. I think we have an amazing staff here right now, with myself here in the director position, but the new hiring of Bruce Johnson for head men's coach, Daniel Johnson for head women's coach, and of course our women's volleyball coach Nikki Nitch, who has been here since the beginning, and also our administrative assistant Heather Schreckenglass. She's been fantastic. And I think we just have a great staff, and we have the ability now to kind of grow and develop and just ensure that we are providing all of these opportunities for our student athletes on campus. Yeah.
I think a lot of what you said there is, there's so much good happening right now, with the Shenango campus, with athletics, with, we just added 3 new majors. There's so much.
Yes.
And we're excited. Okay, so to end Tie Talks, man, we're gonna do rapid fire. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, we're gonna do your favorite sport.
My favorite sport to watch is football. My favorite sport to play is baseball.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Sandwiches. I maybe Joey Tribbiani from Friends, but definitely sandwiches.
Favorite flavor of creamery ice cream?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. And one thing you're looking forward to in the next year? Could be personal, could be professional, could be anything.
The first thing that comes to mind, my best friend just got engaged this past weekend. So nice. Super excited for her wedding that is happening next summer.
Awesome. Well, that's so cool. Thank you for joining us, Amanda. Like we said, there's just a ton of opportunity with athletics. For anyone watching, if you'd like to, reach out to Amanda. Her email is on the website, or, you can contact me. But athletics is in full swing. Volleyball's first game is next Saturday, and we're looking forward to the basketball season. So any other thoughts, Amanda?
No, definitely. Just make sure you come out and support our Lions, whether that be volleyball, women's basketball, or men's basketball. Season tickets are available for all three sports. You can either do general admission or courtside. Or if you can't make it to the game, definitely check back on our Twitter for updates, and give us a shout out on some social media. And we're really excited to, again, just welcome our sports back this year.
Well, awesome. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you for watching.